Welcome to the Be Seen with Purpose video podcast. Okay, so we're in person. I'm used to doing virtual interviews, and Nicole Johnson is going to be doing an in-person, obviously, interview with us today, and we get to share and hear about who she is and the challenges, the hardships, and the beautiful things that she's working on and where she is focusing her energy right now in her life. And so Nicole, welcome. Hi. So why don't you go ahead and introduce who you are and where you're located? Not in this moment. I mean, you can say where you're in this moment, but where are you from and who you are?
All right. Well, I am Nicole, and I am a speaker, director, and digital creator. And I am located in Auburndale, Wisconsin. I've been there all 29, almost 30 years of my life.
Homegrown there, huh?
Homegrown, baby.
Homegrown there. I love that. That's awesome. Okay, so a little background that you even got to talk about today is that we got connected through mutual connections, and that's how we got to sit here today, right? We got to build a relationship, get to know each other, who we are, what we're up to, and I would love for you to start by saying something good. Tell us something good. And before she does that, I'll tell you that we always start out in celebration. Everything that we do is about celebration first, because quantum physics tells us that when we go into energy for 17 seconds or longer, we'll continue to go in that momentum. So we're going to start out with positive, and tell us something good in your life or business right now. What's going well for you?
I'll share in business that the event that I'm creating is going well, and it's all coming together so beautifully, and the people, the ladies that are saying yes, like my whole heart is exploding.
What is your event? What is it called?
She is.
Okay. She is. So tell us a little bit about She Is and why it's going well. Tell us a little bit about that.
Yeah. So it is a space and place for ladies to show up as they are and to be seen and heard and known for who they truly are. No matter what that looks like for each individual person, because that's different for all of us.
Yeah, She Is. And so Nicole is hosting the She Is conference July 8th and 9th. So it is a hybrid event. There is a virtual aspect, there's an in-person aspect, and it's all about women empowerment. You know, she is and who you say you are. And so that's what's something good, which is amazing. And I am a supporter. I am I'm going to be there. So come, because we will have lots of fun. There's going to be documenting. I'm going to be taking photos of every woman that is there, and documenting the experience with Nicole while she is in it. And it's her first one. So we're celebrating the fact that that's going really well. The people that are meant to support the event and speak life into the She Is movement, they're coming, they're emerging, they're showing themselves, they're ready to be seen just like you are, and being able to see that come together has been really cool. So I would love for everyone that's watching to get a taste of more about who you are and your story, and that ties in really well with the She Is conference. So I want to ask the question about challenges, because my stance is that everything is a growth opportunity for what we experience in life. The negative, or what seems to be negative, really shifting our perspective to see where the good, where the lessons, where the growth is, to elevate to the next part of what we're experiencing. So what we're talking about is our challenges and our hardships that we have. So if I ask you about a challenge that you have, it could be a past challenge, it could be a current challenge. what would you love to share about who you are or a challenge that you have had or are currently having?
So I think the first thing that's coming to mind, like tied into everything, was my challenge to feel like I could be myself, show up as who I am. I have a big personality. I have thought in the past that it was a lot, for people I know, and in reality, I think it was just a lot for me. And so accepting myself for everything that I am and allowing that to show through in all of the things I do, and for that to be the permission for people to do the same.
Yeah, I love that you say big, like the big personality part, because I'm all about bringing your big energy to whatever you're doing, whatever you're focusing on. So, right, I can relate to that personally, like thinking, oh, maybe I'm too much for people. And you know what? People that shine really bright and that bring that energy of bigness to conversations, to the spaces that they're in, are great reminders for people that are shrinking back, that aren't in the headspace yet, to know like it's so important for us each to speak our hearts and share our vision of what we're each individually doing, so that we can come collectively together and share that to a bigger audience, to share that and trickle out to everyone in the world. So I love that you mentioned the big energy behind your personality, because we need more of that. Everyone needs to know like that's a great thing. And it is a challenge for so many people to know, step into that. It's a great uncomfortable place to be in to know like how to show up as yourself and be more authentic in that and own it.
Yeah.
And Nicole is embodying how she owns that by bringing out this dream of having this conference in this space for women to really know that it's safe to do that, and it's encouraged and celebrated. And that's how I picture this event happening, right? It hasn't happened yet. And we envision the celebration and the fun that will be had in coming through our challenges and recognizing how far we come through those doubtful moments, right, that we might have or that we do have when we have them. Yeah, I love that. So what about, I love to go from like a challenge, because I like to be challenged. I look for that opportunity to grow in that. And I would love to know about hardship. Like what has been hard in your life or your business or the process, whatever you want to share about. Tell us about a hard time that you've been working through or currently work through in where you are.
Sure. I would say the thing that's popping into my mind is finding my voice. That was hard. And still, some days I struggle with that. Like I have a lot of thoughts inside of me, and like just there's a lot inside of me. And so to bring that to life and bring that to the world, sometimes that's hard.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like how to articulate it, like how to get it out.
That, yeah. And just like there's this part of me still that sometimes like, oh, like, should I say that? Like, I don't know if it's going to come across right. I don't know if it's going to be accepted. But at the end of the day, the people that are going to get it are going to get it. The people that don't.
Right. As long as your intent is well, like you're not throwing stuff at people to be crude or, any of that. It's fits your thoughts and it's something that you're, is in you to share, having the courage to use your voice and make sure that you're heard for what you're thinking, because thoughts become thoughts become things. And that's how she is happening, right? You had the thought, what if I did this? Instead of, well, I can't do it, you had the mindset of, what if I could? What if I found a way to make it happen?
Yeah. Oh God, that's a whole other conversation. Like that mindset, right? Of I can versus what if.
Yeah, and making sure it's a what if positive. I think a lot of times we think about, well, what if no one shows up? What if it doesn't happen the way I think it's going to happen? Right. I know that's a real thing.
Girl,
with events, you know, like in general, like because you're in anything actually, right? Because you're putting your energy, you're putting your heart out there. The She Is event is about your story. It came from your experience, your story, and really wanting to help empower women. So you're putting your vulnerability, your energy, your love into this event in a really unique way to be able to share, like, you can do amazing things. You can do hard things. And I love that the hardship that you're sharing is about finding your voice, because this event is all about helping women own who they are more by using their voice and showing up for themselves.
Yeah.
I love that. So, right, like when we have the challenges, when we go through hardship, right, it can only rain for so long. And then there's a rainbow, then there's joy, then there's beauty that ends up happening, right? We get a breakthrough and there's some beautiful things that are happening or have happened from trials and tribulations and all of those things. So what about a beautiful time? Talk about beauty in these challenges and the hardships that you have. Yeah.
I will always say that I would take my old body back in a heartbeat, but the overall experience of the spinal cord injury and these are air quotes, the accident.
I'll throw them up for you.
Thank you. I will always say that it has been the greatest thing that like, and I truly mean that. I wouldn't be who I am. I wouldn't have had the experiences that I've had. I wouldn't have the people in my life that I do. Like, yeah.
Life-changing comes to mind, right? Like life would be different.
Yeah. We
would all be different in the ripple effect that those challenges have. So we haven't talked about your story at all yet. So you just mentioned the accident. So for those listening that are like, wait, they probably don't even realize that you're sitting in a wheelchair right now with how we're filming, what we're looking at. So go ahead and share, right? Because that's another hardship. That's a piece of all of this, ties into your life experience right now. So what would you like to share about your accident, on all of those things? Spinal cord injury.
So I'll just put it all out there.
Yeah.
So I was 14 when it happened. I was on the back of my dad's motorcycle. He was driving, and we were going around a curve and hit with gravel, and I ended up with a C5, C6 spinal cord injury. And I currently am living my life from a chair. It's always so mind-blowing to me because he was literally blood from head to toe with several broken bones, and I didn't have a scratch on me. All I had was the spinal cord injury.
Where like physically, like you couldn't see the damage.
Yeah.
And you could see it on your dad from that.
Right. And I just think
that is interesting.
Bizarre.
Yeah.
You know, I think I use that as like confirmation of like there was something bigger at hand and this is how it was meant to be. And taking it for what it is and making it into something great.
Something beautiful. Yeah. I love that. This is one of the key things as to why Nicole is here talking with us today, because ever since I've known Nicole and met her and experienced living life around Nicole, like her outlook in giving gratitude for what she experiences and how she does it, like the unbounding potential that she has and exudes is contagious and so inspiring that like I'm super honored that you said yes to sharing your story and getting to highlight like what you're doing, because it's so important for people to understand hard things push us to the beautiful things. And being able to come at it and look at it. How old are you right now? Because you said this incident happened, this experience, you've been living this life. How old are you right now?
29.
29. So since you were 14,
right.
Living life from the chair. Yep. With the intention to walk again. That's right. That's right. So something you don't see is she's wearing sparkly boots right now, which I will share a picture. So I love that how your story talks about life in such a beautiful way. And I would love to ask, which I know that you don't like thinking about like time frames, but I always love to help people like think about a bigger vision. And I know that, you know, you've shared with me about a book, you've shared with me about podcasts, you shared with me like different ideas that you've talked about how to expand your story and everything that you're doing. And then we have She Is. So like casting out just a little bit of a vision about like the impact you want to make in the world. What is that? What would you like to say about that?
Man, I mean, yeah, like you said, like She Is, and giving people the space and place to, I mean, like I said earlier, to show up and to be known and to be seen and heard for who they are. But also beyond that, cultivating a community that, I haven't gotten the wording down for this yet, but like it's in my mind, that sees and knows opportunity. Because I was told no, because I was told like, this is it. Like you learn to live your life from a chair and deal with it. Like there's no regaining function or movement or whatever. And in my mind, like I'm like, that does not sit well with me. No, thank you. Like
I mean, you just said, watch me.
Yeah, literally. Like I'm okay with this, but I'm not gonna stop trying to create more.
Yeah.
And so yeah, I would love to have like this community, this space that embodies like different aspects of wellness, including like fitness and adaptive fitness, because hello.
Yeah,
and
I love that word. Adapt.
Oh,
like
yeah.
I love adapt as a word. Like I just like adapt or die makes me think of like that was a slogan, like adapt or die. You know, figuring it out and going with it and learning to go with the experiences that we have and striving for more. I love that.
Yeah.
I love that. So where can anyone learn more about She Is and follow your journey, right? Yeah. Because she's going through a whole journey, right? And she's sharing it. She is vulnerable. She loves when people ask her questions, and she does amazing reels. Like follow her on social media. So where can they follow you and learn more about your journey and She Is?
Okay, so you can learn more about She Is at thesheisevent.com. And you can follow me and learn more about me on Instagram. And on there, I am the Nicole Kristen, Kristen with an A-N at the end. And on Facebook, I am also on there as Nicole Kristen.
Awesome. And I'll make sure to put that in the show notes too, for you to have easy access to click. So find that on the video that you're watching. And is there anything that you would like to leave the audience with other than go check her out? You have one last message to send to the world, and we get to hear from Nicole. What is your words of wisdom to empower the audience?
That who you are beyond all of, or beyond the box that we're shoved into from society, like beyond that you're enough. You always have been, always will be, no matter what being all of you looks like. Your people will find you, they'll gravitate towards you, and the people that aren't yours will leave, and let them.
Yeah, make space, right? That's releasing who or what is no longer meant for you in this season of life, and welcome in the things, the people, the experiences that are meant for you in creating the next chapter of your story.
Yeah.
I love that. I love that. Well, I am super grateful. I am super proud, and I am super honored that I not only get to interview you, help you get your story out, be a part of that, but also be part of She Is, and bring some hype and energy around the goodness of all the things Nicole has going on. So we look forward to seeing you at She Is. Make sure that you subscribe to the channel and check out the next story. And thank you for joining us.
Thank you, Danny.
Welcome.